What's up, Instagram? So today I'm going to talk quickly about why I think pre-workouts are not worth taking. So the problem with pre-workouts is they contain a lot of times, not all of them, but most times they contain a bunch of ingredients, several of which have positive effects, but they usually don't have the quantity of that nutrient that actually has the effects in research. For instance, creatine, and things like that. So branched chain amino acids is another. So some of the things that are in pre-workouts, branched chain amino acids, I love them. I think they're worth it, but you can take that separately and for much less expensive than getting this pre-workout that's got all this stuff thrown in it, and usually not sufficient amounts, like I said. Although I have seen a few products that do have sufficient amounts, but they are exorbitantly expensive, at least the ones I have seen. Now, another thing they have in them is something called beta-alanine. Now, this is a tricky one, okay? Beta-alanine gives you little tinglies, okay? People love this. The tinglies are a side effect. They have nothing to do with the action of beta-alanine. What beta-alanine does is it increases muscle carnosine, which is an amino acid in the muscle, and that is not only an antioxidant, but it buffers lactic acid. Now, that sounds great, but I'm not overly impressed with the research. It has some positive research, but it's not overwhelming. I personally don't think it's worth taking. I don't believe it's going to hurt you based on what I've read so far in research, but that being said, I don't think it's necessarily worth it. What else? Creatine. Creatine has a lot of good research, probably has more positive research than any other natural health supplement. But if you're going to take it, just take it separate, right? You need 3 grams a day. So if you're going to take it separately. Most of these pre-workouts, not all, but most do not have 3 grams per serving. Tons of caffeine is what they like to put in some of these pre-workouts. They have caffeine in all of them, but they want to put caffeine, like a lot of caffeine, because it's a stimulant and it's going to make you feel like it's doing something. What I will tell you is if you do a couple of shots of espresso, you'll probably feel exactly the same, and maybe not the tingles if you're not taking the beta-alanine, okay? Now, that being said, so is it worth doing? Well, what could you do for pre-workout? You could always take amino acids separately. You can take creatine separately if you choose to take that. And you can take some caffeine in the form of a cup of coffee or two. They also have caffeine anhydrous pills that historically are very, very inexpensive, 200 milligram capsules, and you could do that. Now, those 3 things, if you were to purchase them, they would be much less expensive than doing a pre-workout, and I think more effective because you'll be taking them in the proper doses. Just make sure you research the proper dosages. I already told you the creatine is about 3 grams a day. Some say 3 to 5. I think 3 is sufficient. Now, amino acids, again, it can't hurt you. I'll do another post on branched chain amino acids because I do think there's some positive effects there. I know there's differing views on it, but there's definitely some interesting stuff with those. So, if you have any questions, let me know. Stay strong. Don't shoot the messenger, and I'll see you next time.